Do we really need public participation? Nah.
You are under arrest.
Assalamualaikum and good day. Today, my group from AS2293C, we will be discussing about controversies involving EIA in Malaysia. Hi, my name is Sir Nizam BINTI ABDUL. So, what is EIA? EIA is an environmental impact assessment that can be broadly defined as a study to identify, predict, evaluate and communicate information about the impact of both beneficial and adverse on the environment of a proposed development activity, and to detail out the mitigating measure prior to project approval and implementation. So through the EIA process, the most environmentally suitable option from the various perspectives such as site, manufacturing, technology, resources and mitigation measure can be identified as at an early stage. When the environmental issues are known to be the negative outcome of a poorly implemented EIA process, one of the main contributor to an ineffective EIA is ineffective public participation. Evidences of ineffective application of EIA can be seen in a series of cases that resulted to environmental issue due to the lack of public participation for both first schedule and second schedule activities. So why there is a need for EIA? First, to identify ways to avoid or reduce environmental damage. Second, to enhance the public participation. And third, to disclose a reason of approvals for the project with significant environmental impact to the public. Last but not least, to disclose significant environmental effect of proposed project to decision makers and the public.
Hi, my name is RAFIQ bin RIZAL and I'm going to talk about controversies regarding EIA report, especially within lack of public participation. The first one is the most famous one, Bakun Dam in Sarawak. It is the second largest hydroelectric dam project in Asia and the most expensive one in Southeast Asia. So the proposal was suggested in 1986 and it was completed in 2011. However, it was a very controversial case and has gone through a lot. It has conflicts with the NGO, problems with native people, published the EIA report after the dam has started, and the worst one is lack of public participation. It is classified as confidential, so the public didn't even have any saying on this project. The next one is Murun Dam. Murun Dam, a 966 megawatt dam, was built by the SCOR, Sarawak Corridor of Renewable Energy, led by Sarawak government. However, it also has the same controversies as the first one, which is lack of public participation and transparency, and it was controlled by the government. Because there were leaked informations in 2012, all the affected indigenous villages made a protest and thankfully stopped the construction for a month and gained media attention, causing the government to conduct resettlement negotiations. The third dam that was built in Sarawak is the Baram Dam. It has the area of 159 square mile, which is identical to 412 kilometers of rainforest. And guess what? It also affects 20,000 indigenous people living near the Baram Dam. This is also a famous case where the project proponents hiring consultants that uses dirty and nasty tricks such as closed door meetings, elders receiving verbal threats, bribing youth with monetary incentives, and taking land without any consent. So the community voiced out all their opinion and make protests, chasing away the workers and started blockades to stop the constructions.
Next, controversies happened in Pahang. Bauxite mining project conducted without EIA approval and caused water contamination. Gold mining in Raub used cyanide and making people health becoming worse. Director General of Department of Environment were challenged by the resident for approving the project. The lawsuit that was submitted to the High Court was rejected in the following year because the public can only challenge the PEIA within 40 days. After the approval of the DOE do not have the right to request a detailed EIA. Third case in Pahang, sturgeon farming. Detailed EIA was rejected, but the project was still carried on and the project relocated to other place. Lastly, Lina's plant in Kuantan imposed major negative health to the people. It proposed temporary license without public participation because the project lacked of permanent waste disposal facility despite highly radioactive.
My name is NOOR HANIS binti NOSBI, and I will explain about the effect of the controversies to the public participation. The first effect is the affected community started to experience serious health issue, for example from the gold mining and the Linas plan. Next effect is the affected community express their disagreement with the coercive tactic by setting up 2 blockades. Next, the affected community never adequately represent and deprive of their right. They also never informed on the impact of the project to their land and never had a chance to provide input in the resettlement deal. The last effect is the affected community were forced to accept the relocation plan, which is violate the concept of free, prior and informed consent. 3 out of 7 cases have been proceed is the Bakun Dam, the Murun Dam and the Linas plan. However, the Baran Dam, bauxite mining, gold mining and sturgeon farming have reportedly been stopped or relocated due to the public objection and protests. That's all from me. Thank you.
Moving on to the recommendations. Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad LUTFIL Hadi bin Muhammad RAIMY. So the first tactic that we want to recommend is information politic. Information politic is powerful enough to bind the worldwide NGOs together and is substantial for its network effectiveness. The environmental NGOs mutually exchange their information through telephone, email, fax, circulation of pamphlets, bulletins and newspaper. The second one is symbolic politic. This includes the way of framing issues by identifying and providing convincing explanation for powerful symbolic events. For example, foreign journalists who came to Sarawak play an essential role in revealing the true situations of the native people suffering conditions. The last one is the Public Health Surveillance System in Kuantan. The surveillance system is known as Kuantan Environmental Public Health Tracking System or KEPTS. KEPTS include a continuous monitoring of air pollution related disease, road traffic injury and treated water quality within the bauxite mining areas. As for the conclusion, major objections and protests were the result of ineffective public participation and EIAs. The result of the protests have seized the project of Baran Dam in Sarawak, bauxite mining, gold mining and sturgeon farming in Pahang. On the other hand, the protests in the cases of Bakun Dam, Murun Dam and Linas have failed to seize the project. I think that's all from our group. Thank you for your participation.